Hey beautiful soul! Today we're going to be learning how easy it is to knit Intarsia. First of all, thank you so much for being here with me today. You're going to be blown away at just how easy Intarsia actually is. I avoided it for years because I imagined it as this big scary beast about to devour me. But no more. We're going to clear up the mystery of Intarsia today. So what actually is Intarsia? It's a knitting technique that creates blocks or shapes of color, and the options for it are endless. You can see it used here in this beautiful Ascendance shawl pattern by Monica Wesley. You can see how ridiculously stunning this pattern is. I love it so much. I want to wear it every day. You can download the pattern at expressionfiberarts.com, and of course we will put the link to it in the description box for you. So today I would love to jump right on into our Intarsia tutorial, and I'm going to begin by showing you how to do basic stockinette stitch. So I'm on the right side of my work, and I'm just going to work knit stitches across and show you how to switch colors when we reach that point. So we're going to work a knit stitch with this pink color, and then I like to think of it as moving this in a counterclockwise motion, keeping the yarn in the back, and then pull that new color up from underneath. So this is going to lock the two colors together. Drop the pink color, and then you're good to go ahead and just work with your next color. And I'll just finish with knit stitches. And then I like to give that first color a little tug just to tighten that up. Then I'm going to work purl stitches on the back all the way till I reach that join. And it's going to be very, very similar. We're now on the wrong side of our work. So I'm going to work a purl stitch, finishing up that yellow color. We're on the wrong side of the work, so we want to keep our yarn here on this wrong side. So it's the same motion. This color falls over in a counterclockwise motion and pull up the next color from underneath. So you've locked your colors together. And go ahead and purl with that next color. And you can give this first color a little tug to tighten it up if you would like. So you can see we've locked our colors together. Here's the back, and here's the beautiful front. So that is how you work a basic stockinette stitch in Intarsia. Now, what if you're moving from a knit stitch in your first color into a purl stitch with your second color? Or vice versa. And what if you're on the right side of your work or the wrong side of your work? Easy. As long as you know the rules, you will be golden. You just need to remember you're always twisting the yarns counterclockwise on the back side of your work. So just keep that in your mind and you will be good. All right, so what if you're on the right side of your work and you're knitting along, and let's say that last stitch right before you change is a knit stitch, but this one is going to be a purl stitch. What do? So you just follow your rules. You twist counterclockwise on the back side of your work, and then just knit along as you normally would. So since we're going to purl, you then bring that to the front and go ahead and purl. And I'll just purl across, but you'll work whatever stitch pattern the pattern calls for. And give that little first color a tug. Then when we flip that over, let's do that on the wrong side of our work. What if we're starting with knit stitches with this first color? So knit stitch. Then what if we're moving into a purl stitch? So wrong side of our work, knit stitch to a purl stitch. You want to bring your yarn to the wrong side of the work, counterclockwise motion, pick up that new color. So we've twisted everything on the wrong side of our work, and we're moving into a purl stitch, so it's already in position. You're good to go ahead and just purl and then work your stitch pattern as written in the pattern. And give just a wee little tug on that color there. Now here's another option for you. What if you're on the right side of your work and you're working purl stitches? I'm just going to do all purl stitches. You might have a variety of stitches until you get to the final stitch, but let's say this final stitch is a purl stitch moving into a knit stitch, and we're on the right side of our work. So just follow the rules. You're going to move the yarn to the back to do your twisting, counterclockwise twisting, pull that new color up underneath to lock them into position. And then in this case, it's already in position to knit, so we just knit with our new color. And give a little tug on that pink there. You can see how beautiful and clean it's still looking on the front. So let's do one more option. What if you're on the back side of your work and you're moving from a purl into a knit? So let me just purl across. So we have a purl stitch for our final yellow stitch, and we're going to want to knit the next stitch. So we're here on the wrong side, so you want to keep your yarn here on the wrong side. Counterclockwise motion, pick up that new color. Everything's been twisted on the wrong side, and then you want to knit this next stitch. So you have to get this yarn in position to knit it, so it needs to go back here. And then just knit, 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 or whatever the rest of the stitches are in your pattern. And give a little tuggy poo right here on this. And you can see how beautiful and clean the back side of your work looks and the front side of your work. So just keep those rules in mind, and Intarsia will be a breeze for you, and you'll be all set to make a gorgeous project like this Ascendance shawl. So in addition to the Intarsia techniques used in it, you're also going to need to know how to work a couple different stitch patterns. So here's how you work the Cartridge Stitch. So the Cartridge Stitch is super easy. I'm just going to follow along the little chart shown in the pattern, and row 1 is just knit stitches, and I'm just going to work the 3 stitches shown in the chart. So just knit across row 1. Row 2 has little dots, and a dot means to purl. So you purl each stitch across. Couldn't be simpler. Now row 3 shows blank squares, and that means to knit. So we're going to knit this row. Knit, knit. Now row 4, blank squares again, so we're going to knit. And obviously you're going to have a whole lot more stitches on your needles than I do right now. So that's another row of knit. Now row 5 are the little dots again. Little dots mean to purl. So we're going to purl across this row. Purl and purl. And then finally row 6 is the blank squares, which means to knit. So we're going to knit those stitches. Nice and simple. And here's how you work the knotted rib stitch. So I'm just going to follow the little chart given in the pattern. You're going to start by working 2 purl stitches, and those are represented by the little dots. 1, 2, and then the next little symbol means to knit into the front and back of the next stitch. So start by knitting into the front, then you swing your right needle around, and you also knit into the back of that same stitch. Then you've got 4 more little dots, so you're going to purl those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to work into the front and back of the next stitch, just like we did. Knit into the front, leaving it on your left needle, swinging the right needle around, and also knitting into the back of that same stitch. So you've created 2 stitches out of 1. Then I'm going to finish off that little chart with the 2 little dots, which mean to purl. Now to work row 2, we've got 2 blank squares, which means to work knit stitches. And then a new symbol, and that means purl 2 stitches together. So bring your yarn to the front, and you're going to go ahead and purl those next 2 stitches together. Then we've got 4 knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then purl 2 together. And then finish with 2 knit stitches. And there you go. So now you have the tools that you need in order to make this beautiful pattern. This design is so amazing. It's called Ascendance because, as Monica describes in the pattern, progress rarely if ever happens in a linear, uninterrupted line. There's fits and spurts interspersed with periods of rest. And this design mimics that so beautifully with its blocked shapes and its meandering background. It really reminds us that as we strive towards a goal, we develop wisdom, clarity, and confidence, and really build on what we've previously learned. It's so beautiful and so fitting for this pattern. And the color options for this pattern are endless. We chose to use 3 solid colors of our SeaCoast Fingering cotton yarn because it produces a nice, lightweight, flowing shawl. And it has fringe, so what's not to love? And you can watch our video on how to apply fringe if you would like to. I think you're gonna love knitting this piece. You can truly create some gorgeous projects with Intarsia, so don't shy away from it. I would love to hear in the comments if you do try this technique and what you think about it. Remember that whatever you're trying to achieve in life, it's gonna come with challenges and ups and downs, and it may not look like the journey that you were expecting. That's all a part of learning something new. Embrace the challenges and turn them into opportunities. And if you truly let that concept sink in, it will change your life. I know it did mine. All right, sweet friend, thank you so much for being here with me today. I truly appreciate it. And I'm gonna see you next week with another new pattern. Ta-ta for now. Mwah. Mwah. Big hugs. Ooh, yes. Ooh. Ooh. All right, let's do it live. I'm not ready, but it's actually super simple. I forgot. Oh. And if you keep those rules in mind, we develop confidence and wisdom and clarity, and we really forget our next line. Okay. So let me show you how to work the Cartridge Stitch. I can't speak. I did so good. And the options for this technique are endless.
The options for this what?
Technique. Whoa! Nailed it.
Uh-oh, I think you're out of focus.
No. Okay. Bye-bye for now. Mwah. Mwah.